All right, so what are minerals? Right? There are 5 things that a material must be in order for us to call it a mineral. And those 5 things are naturally occurring, inorganic, solid, ordered internal structure, and a definite chemical composition. So let's walk through all of these. First, a mineral has to occur naturally. Right? That means that the gemstones that are in your rings and your necklaces, if they were made in a lab, they're not minerals, right? Those are synthetic. We call them gemstones, but they're not real minerals, right? In order for it to be a mineral, they have to be naturally occurring, made out in the world, made out in nature. They also have to be inorganic, and inorganic just means that it's formed as a result of non-biologic chemical processes, right? So they're not formed by animals, not formed by plants. However, there are a lot of exceptions to this rule. So many exceptions, I don't even know why it's a rule. Some of the exceptions that we're going to run into in class are calcite, which is a mineral that is often made in the shells, like seashells, like mollusk shells. You'll find it in oyster shells, conch shells, right? Any sort of shells, you're going to find calcite. And we consider that a mineral. We also, as humans, we also make minerals. That apatite, that's a mineral that we produce in our bones and our teeth. So again, the rule is that they have to be inorganic, not produced by plants or animals, but there are so many exceptions to that rule. The third thing they have to be is solid. So solid ice is a mineral if it's naturally formed. That means solid ice that are out in icebergs, glaciers, frozen lakes, those are minerals. That ice is a mineral. However, liquid water is not a mineral. And the ice that we create in our freezer at home is also not a mineral because it's not naturally made. All right, so it has to be naturally occurring, inorganic, solid, and it has to have an ordered internal structure. So minerals are made up of elements, right? And the way those elements bond together, if we were to zoom in into those bonds, we would see that minerals have an ordered internal structure, right? Those bonds, how those elements bond together, always create the same shapes. They bond at the same angles, right? It's a very ordered structure, kind of like this image shown on the left. If those bonds just form at, random angles, it's not ordered, it looks more chaotic, those aren't minerals. So for example, glass, it has the exact same chemical composition as quartz, but it doesn't have an ordered structure. So we don't classify it as a mineral. We call it amorphous, right? Without a shape. The last thing minerals have to have is a definite chemical composition. So I've talked about the chemical composition of elements, right? Or the chemical composition of minerals. I've said that quartz is SiO2. I've said that salt is NaCl, right? So minerals have to have a definite chemical composition, meaning that I know how many of each element is present, right? In quartz, for every 1 silica, there has to be 2 oxygen. All right, so those are the 5 things that minerals have to be. They have to be naturally occurring, inorganic, solid, with an ordered internal structure and a definite chemical composition. And minerals, right, are what make up rocks. So if you look at a rock, so for example, this image is of granite, you'll see specks of lots of different minerals. Granite has specks that are clear, they're quartz. Granite has specks that are pink, that's the mineral orthoclase. Granite has specks that are black, that's the mineral biotite. Right? So there's lots of different minerals, and when lots of different minerals come together, that's what makes up rocks.